Diff mounting part one. Spoiler alert, this was a little bit of a fail. Um, so first, once you install the diff, you have to route the handbrake cable. I had to sort of loosen so I tried to get the handbrake cable installed in a previous session, and I fully mounted it to the chassis, but um, you may need to remove that if you can't get the cable to go through the diff, which you need to for this session. So the line goes through this bracket on the diff, and then there's a screw part on the throttle or on the brake handbrake line that also fits into that bracket, but only from the rear of the car. So you have to unscrew it all the way back off of the line, past the diff, put the line into the diff, and then screw it back into the diff, and then you use that screw to sort of tighten or loosen the handbrake line from there on. So I did that, and then the goal of this session was to get the diff fully mounted with all the proper bolts into the chassis. So I started with the bottom two bolts. My dealer advised me that he does it from the top, but my friend who was also building this at the same time had a difficult time doing that. He suggested doing it from the bottom two bolts first, which is what I did. Um, so the left side went in pretty easily. You have to get washers in between the chassis and the diff, which is kind of difficult. What I ended up doing was using a spark plug gauge to measure the width that I needed, and then combining the number of washers and different sizes of washers to meet that width on both sides. And then as I pushed the bolt through the first hole, I would sort of push the washers up and then pin it with the bolt, and then sort of use the spark plug gauge or a flathead screwdriver to sort of push the washers until they slipped onto the bolt, and then finally align the bolt with the diff threads. The left side went pretty smoothly. The right side was really difficult. I lined up everything. I started screwing it in about a third or half of the way in. It became, I could not turn the bolt anymore. So um, I think I have to um, take the diff out and then tap the threads on the diff, and also maybe clean off the threads on my bolt and then try this again.